Director of Derbymen's Jeans Community, who has accepted our invitation to address our students on entrepreneurship journey. I welcome you, sir. On this August gathering, I am also delighted to welcome our head of the department, Dr. M. Subramanian sir, and Dr. S. Pugalindi sir. I welcome you, sir. Further, I wish to offer my cordial welcome to our professors, beloved students, and further entrepreneurs. Welcome you all once again. Thank you.
May I now call upon our beloved head of the department, Dr. M. Subramanian sir, to deliver the presidential address.
A very good afternoon to you all. So happy to see young faces, to interact with another young, fresh mind, Vijay. So no need to tell about Vijay Kapoor. By this time, many of you might have visited his website. You might have seen his reels and YouTube videos a lot. No need of any further introduction about Derby clothing in Tamil Nadu. Specifically Madurai, we have 3 stores. We know about all these things. I had a very brief interaction with Vijay. I was able to see through his passion, focus, commitment, and molding the upcoming generation. He was very specifically asking, what should I address? What should I give as a message to the students? So he was very focused. In that way, I thank you, Vijay, for focusing on our requirement. So instead of standing as a stumbling block between you and Vijay, let the session roll, and I want you to ask a lot of questions to Vijay. He's ready to answer all your queries. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It goes without saying that our institute, that is Rlims Institute, having been established in the year 1998 with 25 years, long years of journey, has produced more than 1,500 alumni, out of which 30% of alumni belong to entrepreneurship community. So from the year 2020 onwards, our institute is leaving no stones unturned in terms of strengthening this entrepreneurship ratio. For this, we are making a lot of efforts. As I told, this is one of such an effort. And to know more about this, I would like to invite the respected professor, Dr. S. Pugalindi sir, to deliver the felicitation address.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to all. I hope you had a very good lunch. So our expert speaker for the day, Mr. Vijay Kapoor, founder and MD of Derby Clothing. So he's very happy to address young minds. So he will provide a lot of food for thought. We are sure that at least minimum 20% of the audience, if they change into entrepreneurs, that will be the success for this program. And we thank, we also initiative taken by Dr. M. Subramanian, the brain and head behind the MBA programs. I welcome you all to the program. Thank you. Thank you for the question.
I request Harish from second year MBA to walk through high profile of our guest speaker.
It's my pleasure to introduce our chief guest, Mr. Vijay Kapoor sir. We welcome you, sir, who has graciously accepted our invitation to join us today. He is a first generation entrepreneur, founder and managing director of Derby Jeans Community. He started Derby Jeans Community in 1994 at the age of 23 years with a capital of just 2 lakhs. He is in love with life and live every moment with intensity and dynamism. His famous quote is, "Successful comes those who happily celebrate the success of others." His awards and recognition includes Brand Leadership Award at 2017, Leading of Today and Tomorrow, Retail Leaders Listing, Retail Excellence. Today we will be discussing entrepreneurship journey, and I confirm that Mr. Vijay Kapoor sir will provide valuable insights and perspectives on this important session.
Thank you. Thank you, Harish. In addition to what Harish has walked us through about the high profile of the chief guest, based on my understanding and based on what I have seen, I would like to share a few words about what I have noticed, the admirable quality that I have noticed in the guest speaker. I have gone through many videos on YouTube. In one of videos, the way in which he was addressing the audience was fabulous, absolutely fabulous. And based on that, I would like to say that Sir, chief guest, Sir, is a synonyms with the word love. In English, there are millions of vocabulary. Out of all those words, I have taken a word, love, and he is synonyms with that. The reason why I say this, you have seen many entrepreneurs saying that out of my passion and I have unwavering passion to start up a business, that is why I have done this. But here, Sir's case is completely different. If you have ever bought clothes from Derby jeans community showroom, you would have come to know every single piece of cloth that you buy from Derby jeans community will have a tag. You all know tag. And the tag has got two sides. On one side, you can see a Derby name of the brand and the logo of the brand. The other side, the content that I saw is unique, completely unique. Never have I seen such kind of unique content. The other side of the tag has the content says love, L-O-V-E, love, in larger font. And right below this, there is a statement. Not statement, there are a few sentences stating that every single piece of cloth that Derby manufacture has taken very minimal resource from the earth mother, from the mother earth. What it shows is the affinity, the love that he has towards earth, it shows. And number two, it says, we leave minimal carbon footprint, and it shows the affinity that he has towards the environment. I really admire this one, sir. I really admire. That is why I have said that sir is synonymous with the word love from English language. Such a wonderful personality and a successful entrepreneur we have today. On behalf of our institute, we would like to honor the guest speaker. And for this, I would like to have Ms. Harini from first year MBA to honor the chief guest with the memento.
Loving you so much. Sir, happy afternoon, good afternoon, you all said good afternoon. I'm saying love you, no one is saying love you. நீங்க கேட்கல இன்னொரு entrepreneur, businessman love பத்தி பேசுறாரு. Just 2 minutes back he spoke about love. ஒரு மிருகத்துக்கும் ஒரு மனுஷத்துக்கும் வித்தியாசம் என்னன்னா, ஒரு மிருகத்தினால cannot love the way a human being can love. Or Manushan can go beyond me, myself. Mirgan will only take care of its family, immediate family, take care of its children. And a Manushan can love unconditionally. Love is love when it doesn't come with a condition. Because I love you, what do I get in return? Then that's conditional love. Now, love you so it's unconditional. I don't know any one of you. I just got an invitation saying that you need to address college students, school students, so please come over. the love for you. Chennai and the Kala Endirchu, taken a flight to come to Madurai. Again, I'm traveling from here to Coimbatore, Naligo store opening irukku. Going there, the love for you is what has brought me here. I don't get any benefit out of here. So love is love when you make your love visible. Love, anbu, kadal. This is the only emotion worth living. In fact, the world of 100% problem, not even 99, 100% problem is because we are not able to love one another. In the world, என்ன பண்ணிட்டு தெரியுமா? ஃபுல்லா பிரிச்சு வச்சிட்டோம். ஜாதம், மதம், countries, religion, male, female, எல்லாத்தையும் பிரிச்சு போட்டோம். When you're dividing the world into so many fragments, how will you ever feel with one another? How will you be able to love one another? How will you feel the compassion for one another? The another name for love is responsibility. ஏன்னா மேடல் நின்று ஈஸியா இருக்கு சொல்றதுக்கு love you-னு. ஏன்னா it doesn't demand anything. Love தானே என்ன சொல்லிடலாம். But the real definition of love is responsibility. ஒரு பொறுப்புணர்ச்சி. Love is love only when it comes to the sense of responsibility. அதனால the Derby, என்னோட brand, அதுக்கு பேரு it's not Derby menswear, but Derby responsible menswear. ஒரு பொறுப்புணர்ச்சியான men's ஆடைகை brand. அந்த பொறுப்புணர்ச்சி என்ன பண்றது தெரியுமா? The பொறுப்புணர்ச்சி is not only towards ourselves, towards human being, but towards plant and animal. Love சொல்லும்போது, this is the tag of Derby. அவர் சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தார்ல, Derby tag. இதான் main tag. And this is the other tag. அங்க படிப்பு முடியுதா இல்லையா தெரியல, but it's written love. It's all about love. Love not only for human beings, but for plant and animal. ஏன்னா இன்னைக்கு இருக்கிற entrepreneurship, இன்னைக்கு இருக்கிற business என்ன பண்ணிட்டோம்னா, we are only thinking about ourselves. நம்ம எப்படி காசு சம்பாதிக்கிறது, how do we fill a pocket, how do we take care of family, without looking at the type of environmental impact. What is the environmental impact today the business is creating for the future generation? You all are youngsters. You're going to grow up, you will get married, you will have children. What is the type of world that a generation like ours is leaving for you? And what is going to be the world that they are going to inherit after you, and then after them? So if we don't take responsibility of ensuring that we are careful about what we do, in climate change na pesrom, climate change is real. The temperatures are dropping during winter month, is becoming unbearable heat during summer. The snow cap, your North Pole, South Pole is melting, creating a complete imbalance in climate. Climate change is real, and climate change continues. That means the earth gets heated by another few degrees more. Earth will become you cannot inhabit, you cannot stay in this world. It will become not possible for us to live, grow crops. We will not have food to eat. That's the type of environmental impact that's happening. In the மாதிரி ஒரு environmental impact la ஒரு பொறுப்புணர்ச்சியான brand, the Derby brand that we run, we are very careful. எவ்வளவு resources use பண்றோம், எப்படி யூஸ் பண்றோம். We teach people to use lesser clothes. In fact, most brands promote இன்னும் வாங்குங்க. நம்ம brandல we teach people how to use clothes better, how to take care of your clothes and buy lesser. And also the way we manufacture is that. If I don't want to get into business and all that, because I want to actually address some of the concerns that you have. யாருக்கெல்லாம் கதை பிடிக்கும்? Put your hands up. All of us love stories, don't we? ரொம்ப வருஷம் முன்னாடி, 100 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னாடி வெள்ளக்காரங்க கருப்புங்களை வந்து அடிமையா வச்சிருந்தாங்க. The whites treated the blacks as slaves. ரிச்சர்ட் வந்து ஒரு 10 வயது கருப்பு பையன், அவங்க அப்பா அம்மா வந்து நீக்ரோஸ், அவங்கெல்லாம் வந்து அடிமையா இருந்தாங்க. ஸோ ரிச்சர்ட் என்ன பார்த்தாருன்னா, வெள்ளக்காரங்க பண்றது கருப்புங்க பண்றதுக்கு அனுமதி இல்லை. ஸோ ரிச்சர்ட் இது தெரிஞ்சு, இது அறிஞ்சு, he grew up saying வெள்ளக்காரங்க பண்றது கருப்புங்கனால பண்ண முடியாது. This is thought process. ஒரு நாள் ரிச்சர்ட் was taking a walk in the park. பார்க்ல வாக் பண்ணும்போது அவர் வந்து கேஸ் பலூன் தாத்தா பார்த்தாரு. அந்த கேஸ் பலூன் தாத்தா வந்து பலூன்ல கேஸ் போட்டு வானத்துல பலூன் விட்டு இருந்தாரு. He saw a blue color balloon go up, a red color balloon go up, and a white color balloon go up. அந்த வெள்ளை கலர் பலூன் மேல வானத்துல போய் பார்த்து ஓடி போனாரு ரிச்சர்ட். அந்த கேஸ் பலூன் தாத்தா கேட்டார், தாத்தா நீங்க வந்து ரெட், ப்ளூ அண்ட் ஒயிட் கலர் பலூன் விட்டீங்க, எல்லாமே வானத்துல போயிருது. ஒரு கருப்பு கலர் பலூன் நீங்க விட்டி நான் வானத்துல போமான்னு. This was only understandable. ஏன்னா ரிச்சர்ட் என்ன பார்த்தாரு, வெள்ளைக்காரங்க பண்றது கருப்புங்கனால பண்ண முடியாது. ஸோ அது வெள்ளை பலூன் மேலே போகுது, கருப்பு பலூன் மேலே போமா அவனுக்கு டவுட்டு. இது புரிஞ்சுட்டு அந்த கேஸ் பலூன் தாத்தா ஜென்டலா he put his ரிச்சர்ட் தோல் மேலே தோல் கை போட்டு சொன்னாரு, கண்ணா, it is not the outside of the balloon that takes the top, but it is the inside of the balloon takes the top, and all balloons are made the same inside stuff. உள்ள இருக்கிற மேட்டர் ஒண்ணுதான். It does not matter whether you are black, you are white, whether நீங்க குண்டா இருக்கீங்க, whether the balloon is big, whether the balloon is small, பெருசா இருக்கா சிறுசா இருக்கா ரவுண்டா இருக்கா, it doesn't matter. What really matters is the உள்ள இருக்கிற மேட்டர், inside stuff. That day Richard realized, ஆமால்ல, வேணா தோல்ல வேணா எனக்கு வந்து கருப்பா இருக்கலாம், ஆனா உள்ள மேட்டர் வெள்ளைக்காரங்க கருப்பங்க சேம் தான். Because the God who created the white is the same God who created the black. ஒரே கடவுள் தான். There's no two separate gods for God. வெள்ளைக்காரங்க தனி கடவுள், கருப்பங்க same God. That day he decided, I too will hit the top, and that was the turning point of Richard's life. Now உங்களுக்கு கேக்குறேன், how do you define yourself? What are the parameters you decide yourself on? Sometimes when people call you, hey karpa, hey gundu, soda buddhi, kulla, irka illiya, geli பண்றாங்க இல்லையா? டெஃபினட்டா பண்றாங்க. நான் என்னோட ஹைட் வந்து 5 feet 5 inches தான், 5 அடி தான். த்ரூ அவுட் மை ஸ்கூல் எல்லாரும் எனக்கு வந்து குல்லான்னு கூடுவாங்க. கிளாஸ்ல வந்து மக்குன்னு கூடுவாங்க. I was completely all through I had so much of other self-confidence illa school college la. So I'm asking yourself, how are you defining yourself? What are the parameters with which you're defining yourself? Because if you're going to keep defining yourself by parameters that people call you, it will not going to help you. It does not matter whether your parents believe in you, unga amma appa unga mela nambikkai irukka illaya therilla. It does not matter. It does not matter whether your teachers believe in you or not. It does not matter whether your friends believe in you or not. What really matters is YGB. You got to believe in yourself. Tannambikkai theva. If you believe in yourself, tell me what is not possible. Dhirubhai Ambani started with a capital of 15,000 rupees. Narayan Murthy, the founder of Infosys, started with a capital of 10,000 rupees. Yet today, Infosys and Rlims are world-renowned organization. I am asking you, it does not matter what others think about you. Your parents, your friends, it does not matter. You got to believe in yourself. In fact, bumblebee கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கீங்களா? Bumblebee வந்து ஒரு சின்ன insect. It's a small insect. குண்டா இருக்கும். ரெக்க ரொம்ப சின்னதா இருக்கும். So the scientists from aerodynamics did a complete research on bumblebee that இது எப்படி பறக்குது. ஏன்னா உடம்பு அவ்வளவு பெருசா இருக்கு, ரெக்க ரொம்ப சின்னதா இருக்கு. And they decided, they have scientific proof the bumblebee cannot fly. Ana lucky, the bumblebee does not understand science, neither scientists, so it keeps on flying. If you don't listen to what your friends tell, your parents tell, or anybody in the world tells you, ungnala mudiyadu, tell me what you cannot achieve in your life. If you decide to be the bumblebee, don't listen to people who say, no, ungnala mudiyadu. You listen to yourself, believe in yourself. Tannambikkai irundha edhu venalum vaalkaiyila poitu achieve panna mudiyum. I was telling you about myself. Anjali, through my school days, I had this problem. And ellarum geli panna kulla nu kooduvanga. Class la vandu makku. Class ulla vanda odana I'll go and occupy the back benches. Hi back bench. In a back bench vandu is a very safe place to walk, sit. Anga poitu you can hide inside. On a front bench la irundha it's not a very very comfortable place to. Kai tatla you can tackle yourself. Very very safe place to sit. ஏன்னா அங்க போயிட்டு you can hide. I used to go and hide out in the back. டீச்சர் உள்ள வருவாங்க, பாப்பாங்க யார் அந்த குள்ள பையன் பேக்ல உட்கார்ந்திருக்கான். சோ கூடுவாங்க, வா தம்பி ஃப்ரண்ட்ல வந்து உட்காருங்க. நான் ஃப்ரண்ட்ல உட்கார்ந்தாதான் அந்த black board தெரியும். For my own good தான். ஆனா I never used to like sitting in the front bench. ஏன்னா front benchல உட்கார பசங்க எல்லாமே தைசாதம் நல்லா படிச்சு நச்சு எனக்கும் படிப்பு சம்மதம் இல்லை. கிளாஸ்ல 60 பசங்க இருந்தாங்க. எனக்கு ஒரு 35th rank. After 35th rank everyone failed. அந்த டைம்ல வந்து நோட்டீஸ் போர்ட்ல they will put your complete ranking system and all that. So போய் கூட சொல்ல முடியாது what your rank is, what you think. So front benchல இருக்கிற பசங்க கேட்பாங்க விஜய் நீ என்ன பண்ண போறேன்னு. நான் கேட்பேன் நீங்க என்ன பண்ண போறீங்கன்னு. இல்ல நான் வந்து I'm going to become a doctor, I'm going to become an engineer. என்ன கேட்டா எனக்கு ரொம்ப கேவலமா இருக்கும். 35வது ரேங்க் ஜஸ்ட் பாஸ் போய் சொல்ல முடியாது டாக்டர் இன்ஜினியர்னு. So you should tell them நான் வந்து ஒரு பிசினஸ்மேன் ஆக போறேன்னு, ஆண்டர்பிரினர் ஆக போறேன்னு. எனக்கும் பிசினஸ்க்கும் சம்பந்தம் இல்லை. என் ஃபேமிலியில யாருமே பிசினஸே பண்ணதில்லை. அப்பா வந்து ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ் ஜேர்னலிஸ்ட், 5 பசங்க, 3 elder sisters, brother and me. 1500 ரூபாய் அப்பாக்கு சம்பளம். நான் படிச்சது எல்லாமே கிறிஸ்டியன் மிஷனரி ஸ்கூல், கிறிஸ்டியன் மிஷனரி காலேஜ். ஸோ சம் குட் ஹார்ட்டட் கிறிஸ்டியன் அங்க டொனேஷன் கொடுத்ததுனால தான் I was able to complete my school and college. இல்லைன்னா my father could afford. I would have gone and studied in some corporation school. Nothing wrong with corporation school. ஆனால் இந்த மாதிரி டாஸ்க் போஸ்ட் இங்கிலீஷ்ல பேச முடியாது. அவ்வளோதான் வித்தியாசம். ஸோ கிறிஸ்டியன் மிஷனரி ஸ்கூல், பிகாஸ் ஆஃப் டொனேஷன்ஸ் I went and completed my school and college. ஆனால் த்ரூ அவுட் மை ஸ்கூல் அண்ட் காலேஜ் ஒரு வாட்டி கூட மேடாவில் போனதில்லை, ஒரு அவார்ட் வின் பண்ணதில்லை. இன்ஃபேக்ட் ஈவன் டீச்சர்ஸ் didn't know my name. ரோல் நம்பர் தான். I was like one of those benches in the class. Self-respect, self-confidence, ஒண்ணுமே இல்லை. It was only when I finished my school and college, first time வேலைக்கு போகும்போது தான் எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சது, வேணா படிப்புல வேணா நான் மக்கா இருக்கலாம், ஆனா எனக்கும் திறமை இருக்கு. எனக்கு என்ன திறமைன்னா I was very good in communication, extremely good in selling. If you put me in front of someone, அவன் இல்ல சொன்னாங்கன்னா ஆமா சொல்ற வரைக்கும் I will be able to convince him. Super salesman. That I discovered only at the age of 21 when I went to my first job. So என் கூட இருக்கிற பசங்க எல்லாமே நிறைய பசங்க தான், all of them working with me, எல்லாம் சீனியர்ஸ். ஸோ அவங்க ஒரு மாசத்துல வந்து 50% 60% ஒரு டார்கெட் அச்சீவ் பண்ணா, எனக்கு ஒரு மாசத்துல வந்து 150% 200% மாசோடாம I was achieving target. 2 reasons. Very early in life I realized. First reason, அவங்கெல்லாம் they will come to the office 9:30 மணி வருவாங்க, ஒரு 11 o'clock ஒரு டீ டம் அடிக்கிறதுக்கு they will go. அதுக்கப்புறம் they'll get into the market. 6 மணி ஆனா they'll come back from the market to the office. நால 7 மணிக்கு வீட்ல இருந்து கிளம்பி I'll go and meet the prospect in the house. Then I'll go to office. அதுக்கப்புறம் 6 மணிக்கு அப்புறம் I'll go and meet the people at home. Your results in life is only equivalent to the hard work you put in. I was willing to put in double the hard work of all the other people, so they are also able to see double the result. அவங்க 60% 70% target achieve பண்றதுக்கு கஷ்டப்பட்டாங்கன்னா I was able to do 140, 150, 200% month after month. Your results in life, if anyone is performing extraordinary around you, only reason they're performing extraordinary around you is hard work. Very early, at 21 years, I realized your results in life is only equivalent to the effort you put in. There's no shortcut to effort. We will be looking at people. He's doing so well. He won everything. Luck. There's nothing called luck in life. Luck illa. Luck is nothing but LUCK. Laboring under correct knowledge. Unless until you don't labor under correct knowledge, put in your hard work, you cannot win in life. There's no easy way to the top. And those who made it to the top did not make it easy. There's no easy way to the top. So I learned that very early in life. One thing I want to tell you. First day na velakku polanalla. Na eppadi vanda? Come from a middle class family. All my clothes used to be second hand clothes. Anna போட்ட clothes. நான் வந்து குல்லா அண்ணா நல்லா வசனமா இருப்பாரு. ஷார்ட்ஸ் அவர் போட்டாருன்னா முக்கா ஷார்ட்ஸ் மாதிரி இருக்கும். அவர் ஷூ சைஸ் வந்து 9, என் ஷூ சைஸ் 7. ஸோ அதில் வந்து நியூஸ் பேப்பர் போட்டு ஷூவில் போட்டு I will use his shoes. அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு பேக்ரவுண்டில் வரும்போது ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம் when I went to work, first day when I went to work, சொன்னாங்க அந்த அப்பார்ட்மெண்ட் போங்க தம்பி, அங்கே வந்து ஒரு சேல்ஸ் கால் இருக்குன்னு. அப்பார்ட்மெண்ட் போனேன். அப்பார்ட்மெண்ட் வெளியே வந்து செக்யூரிட்டி நிற்கிறாரு. செக்யூரிட்டி கேட்குறாரு, தம்பி எங்கே போறீங்கன்னு. இல்லைண்ணா உள்ளே போனோம், அப்பாயின்மெண்ட் இருக்குன்னு. மேலே கீழே பார்க்குறாரு, ட்ரெஸ்ஸிங் சரியில்லை, ஒரு அழுக்கு சொக்கா, ஒரு சோலா, ரப்பர் சப்பல்ஸ். பார்த்து சொல்றாரு, தம்பி அந்த கேட்ல வந்து ஒரு போர்டு இருக்கு, போர்டு படிச்சு வாங்கன்னு. போர்டு போயிட்டு படிச்சேன்னா போர்டில் எது இருக்கு? டாக்ஸ் அண்ட் சேல்ஸ்மென் நாட் அலவுட். என்னது? டாக்ஸ் அண்ட் சேல்ஸ்மென் நாட் அலவுட். அதை பார்த்த உடனே எனக்கு வந்து கண்ணீர் வந்துடுது. என்னடா ஒரு மிருகத்துக்கு ஒரு மனுஷனுக்கு ஒரு வித்தியாசம் தெரியாத ஒரு உலகத்தில் இருக்கோன்னு. மனுஷனுக்கு வித்தியாசம் இருக்குல்ல. Not that dogs are any lesser, but there should be some human dignity. I started crying. But I also understood, என்னோட dressing சரியில்லை, அதனால தான் இந்த மாதிரி சொல்றாரு. So I went back home. I cried the whole night. அடுத்த நாள் ஜோப்ல வந்து 100 ரூபாய் இருந்தது. This is speaking in 1991, more than 30 years back. அடுத்த நாள் அந்த 100 ரூபாய் எடுத்து I bought one Kumar shirt, Kumar pant. 100 ரூபாய்ல அப்பலாம் கிடைக்கும். The cheapest product that you can get in the market. I bought a shirt and pant. I borrowed a red color tie from one of my friends. பழைய ஸ்கூல் பாட்டா ஷூ எடுத்து பாலிஷ் பண்ணிட்டு I went back to the same apartment the next day. இன்னைக்கு அதே செக்யூரிட்டி, அதே வாட்ச்மேன் நிற்கிறாரு. ஆனால் இந்த புது அவதாரத்தில் நல்லா சூட் பூட் போட்டு ஒரு டைலாம் போட்டு அவர் கண்டிக்கல. நேற்று வந்த தம்பின்னு செல்யூட் அடிச்சு உள்ள அனுப்பிச்சாரு, தம்பி உள்ள போங்கன்னு. ஸோ தட் வாஸ் மை செகண்ட் ரியலைசேஷன். That was the second realization in life. Your ways, your methods has to represent the industry you represent. ஏன்னா இன்னைக்கு வந்து I had come with this new avatar where I was smartly dressed. He let me inside, saluting me. And that is what I discovered. One of the secrets of success is you need to dress top class. நம்மளா கேட்கலாம், எதுக்கு நம்ம வந்து ட்ரெஸ் பண்ணோம், வாட் இஸ் மனுஷன் தானே, யூ ஷுட் நாட் லுக் அட். நம்ம மகாத்மா காந்தி ஆனதுக்கப்புறம் கோமலை போட்ட கூட நம்மளை சலாம் அடிப்பாரு. ஆனால் till we become Mahatma Gandhi, till we do something extraordinary, your dressing methods has to represent the industry you come from. You should dress top class because the world is continuously judging you. நான் உள்ள வந்தோட நீங்களும் ஜட்ஜ் பண்ணிருப்பீங்க. ஏன் அவனுக்கு வந்து இவ்வளவு முடி இருக்கு, ஏன் கர்லி ஹேர் இருக்கு, ஏன் ஒரு டி-ஷர்ட் போட்டுருக்காரு, ஜட்ஜ் பண்ணீங்களா இல்லையா? கேரண்டி பண்ணிருப்பீங்க. This is a judging world. But your judgment will only would have lasted for the first 5 minutes till I spoke. After I'm speaking, you won't even notice what I'm wearing. Correctly? So, for you to get that first break, your dressing is your visiting card. Unga visiting card வந்து கரெக்டா இருந்தா you will get an opportunity in the world. And the opportunity கிடைச்சதுனா you will be able to get your talent out. உள்ள இருக்க திறமை வெளிய வரும். உள்ள இருக்க திறமை வெளிய வந்துட்டனா உங்களால போய் ஜெயிக்க முடியும். This is my first learning. Very early when I went to work, I realized that. 2 வருஷம் வேலை பண்ணிருந்தேன். 1750 ரூபாய், 1750 rupees was first salary. ஆனா incentive I should get 4,000, 5,000 rupees because they're selling very well, 150%. So I was saving my incentives. After 1.5 years of working, I met a person by name of Rajesh Malik during one of my sales call. சொன்னார், விஜய் நீங்க அவ்வளோ சூப்பரா பேசுறீங்க, நல்லா பண்றீங்க, ஒரு பிசினஸ் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணலாமே. ஒரு பிசினஸ் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணலாமே சொல்லும் போது எனக்கு என்ன தோணுச்சு? மணி ஓகே. சின்ன வயசுல இருந்தா you should tell them, I want to become an entrepreneur, I want to become a businessman. So one of the secrets of life itself is what you think day and night. What you think you'll become is ultimately what you'll become in life. That is why அந்த பாட்டியமாக சொல்லுவாங்க, நினைப்புல கூட வரக்கூடாது. What you think is so important, how you think is so important, because things in life are nothing but thoughts manifested. What you think is what you become. If you never thought that you wanted to buy that particular bag, you wouldn't have bought the bag. If you never thought I want to buy that particular mobile phone, you wouldn't have bought the mobile phone. If you never thought I want to become friends with that boy or that girl, you would have never become friends with that boy or that girl. Correct? Things in life are thoughts manifested. So you have to be very careful about what you think, especially about your future, and always believe that you'll have a great future. Since I kept on programming my subconscious mind from my childhood, சின்ன வயசுல இருந்து நான் business பண்ண போறேன். When someone told me business பண்ணலாமே, I grabbed onto the opportunity and said, business பண்ணலாம். அவர் என்ன சொன்னார்னா, ஒரு 200 square feet, 200 square feetல ஒரு கடை வச்சிருக்காரு. எக்மோர்ல, சென்னையில. அங்க வந்து பஞ்சாபி தாபா, பஞ்சாபி ரெஸ்டாரண்ட் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணலாம். அவர் வந்து 2 lakh rupees இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ணிருந்தாரு. So he said, bring 2 lakh rupees. We'll start a business together. எனக்கு 1 லட்சம் ரூபாய் already had savings from all the incentives. இன்னும் 1 லட்சம் ரூபாய் தேவை இருந்தது. So I went to my father and asked him, அப்பா நீங்க 1 லட்சம் ரூபாய் கொடுப்பீங்களான்னு. அப்பா என்ன சொன்னாருன்னு நினைக்கிறீங்க? எதுக்கு தம்பி 2 வருஷமா வேலை பண்ணிருக்கேன், 1 லட்சம் ரூபாய் you already got as savings. எதுக்கு போயிட்டு வீணா you'll get into business. நம்ம ஃபேமிலியில யாருமே பிசினஸே பண்ணதில்லை. சேஃபா இருக்கும்போது சேஃபா இந்த போயிடலாமே. அதான் சொன்னாரு. Correct தான். When they say telling this, they're not telling you to discourage you. When your friends tell you this, they're not telling you to discourage you. When your relatives tell you this, safe pandra polanu, they're not discouraging you. They're only coming from their past experience. அவங்க business பண்ணதில்ல, They don't understand what it means to be an entrepreneur. They want you to be successful. They want to protect you. They're not trying to, pull you down. But you need to understand, sometimes in life you need to be a choice maker. You can't be always consequence receiver. You need to take certain decisions for yourself. So அப்பா கிட்ட போய் சொன்னா, அப்பா நான் டிசைட் பண்ணிட்டேன், நான் பிசினஸ்ல இறங்கி போறேன், என்கிட்ட 1 லட்சம் ரூபாய் இருக்கு, 1 லட்சம் ரூபாய் வேணும், நீங்க கொடுப்பீங்களா? கொடுக்க மாட்டேன்னு சொல்லிட்டாரு. ஆனா by that time I was a hardened salesman. யாராவது இல்ல சொன்னாங்கன்னு என்ன பண்ணுவேன்? ஆமா சொல்ற வரைக்கும் அது கீப் ஆன் கோயிங். நச்சுன்னு ஒரு மாசம் அப்பா வந்து தொலை பண்ணார். ஒரு மாசத்துக்கு அப்புறம் தொலை தாங்க முடியாம அவர் ப்ராவிடென்ட் ஃபண்ட் அக்கௌண்ட், பிஎஃப் அக்கௌண்ட் ஒடிச்சிட்டு he gave me 1 lakh rupees. அப்பா கிட்ட 1 லட்சம் ரூபாய், என்கிட்ட இருக்கிற 1 லட்சம் ரூபாய் எடுத்து போயிட்டு I gave it to my partner and said, partner, தாபா, பஞ்சாபி தாபா ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணாரு 200 ஸ்கொயர் ஃபீட்ல. ஆனா தாபா ஸ்டார்ட் பண்றதுக்கு முக்கியமான ஐட்டம் சிம்னி எடுக்கிறதுக்கு இடம் இல்லை. So I went to the secretary of the building, Bihari Lal, and asked him, சார் நீங்க சிம்னி எடுக்கிறது பெர்மிஷன் கொடுப்பீங்க? கொடுக்குற தம்பி, ஆனா சிம்னி வந்து 14th floor வரைக்கும் எடுத்து போனோம், ஏன்னா பொல்யூஷன் லெவல்னு. 14th floor சிம்னி எடுத்து போறதுக்கு காஸ்ட் 2 lakh rupees. ஆல்ரெடி இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் பண்ணியாச்சு, காசு இல்ல, there's only limited money in the bank. So பார்ட்னர் ரிப்போர்ட் சொன்ன, இந்த மாதிரி சொல்றாரு செக்ரட்டரி, என்ன பண்ணலான்னு. பார்ட்னர் சொல்ற 10 நாள் வெயிட் பண்ணா அதுக்கப்புறம் வந்து பாருங்க. 10 நாளுக்கு அப்புறம் பார்ட்னர் போயிட்டு பார்க்க போனா அவர் என்ன சொன்னாருன்னா, இருக்கிற காசுலாம் வித்ட்ரா பண்ணிட்டேன் விஜய், நான் பார்ட்னர்ஷிப்ல இருந்து ராஜினாமா பண்ணிட்டேன், இந்தாங்க சாவி, என்ன வேணாலும் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. என் பிசினஸ் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்றதுக்கு முன்னாடி பிசினஸ் ஃப்ளாப். அப்பா கிட்ட போயிட்டு சொல்ல முடியாது. அப்பா என்ன சொன்னாரு? வேண்டாம் பண்ணாத. வேலை ராஜினாமா பண்ணி வரும்போது டான்ஸ் பண்ணிட்டு வந்தேன், நான் வந்து பிசினஸ் பண்ண போறேன். அங்க கூட போயிட்டு சொல்ல முடியாது, ஐ கான்ட் கோ பேக் டு ஜாப். ஸோ ஐ ஹேட் a catch-22 situation. என்ன பண்ணணும்னு புரியல. அன்னைக்கு ராத்திரி I was again crying in the bed. I cried a lot. Crying in the bed, I didn't know what to do. அப்பா கிட்ட சொல்ல முடியாது, I can't go back to work, I've lost my money. I was only about 22 years at that point of time. 22 வயசு. I didn't know what to do. So அந்த டைம்ல I remember my first day at work. அந்த செக்யூரிட்டி என்ன சொன்னாரு? உள்ள போக கூடாது, டாக்ஸ் அண்ட் சேல்ஸ்மேன் நாட் அலோவ். செகண்ட் டே ட்ரெஸ் பண்ணிட்டு போனல என்ன பண்ணாரு? செல்யூட் அடிச்சு உள்ள அனுப்பிச்சாரு. இந்த இன்சிடென்ட் I remember and asked myself, எத்தனை ஆயிரக்கணக்கான விஜய் இந்த உலகத்துல இருப்பாங்க, ஒரு நல்ல ட்ரெஸ் பண்ண முடியாம அவங்க வந்து they're losing an opportunity to go and succeed in life. அவங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது பண்ண முடியுமா? ஒரு entrepreneurship, ஒரு businessman ஓட responsibility is to find a problem in the world. உலகத்துல ஏதாவது பிரச்சனை இருந்தா அது பார்த்து அதுக்கு தீர்வு கொடுக்கிறது தான் ஒரு entrepreneurship, ஒரு businessman ஓட responsibility. So I decided that day that என்கிட்ட 10,000 ரூபாய் இருந்தது. அந்த 10,000 ரூபாய் எடுத்து 2 செகண்ட் ஹேண்ட் ஸ்விங் மெஷின், சிங்கிள் ஸ்விங் மெஷின் யாராவது பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா? பிளாக் கலர், பிளாக் ஹெட் டெயில் மெஷின், 2 செகண்ட் ஹேண்ட் ஸ்விங் மெஷின் 10,000 ரூபாய்க்கு வாங்கிட்டு I went and put the half done interior for restaurant, name board போட்டேன், Derby, gentlemen outfitters and tailor. சின்ன வயசுல இருந்து ஒரு நல்ல பழக்கம், ஜோப்ல வந்து காசு இருக்காது, ஆனா ஸ்டைலுக்கு ஒரு குறை இல்லை எது இருந்தாலும். So Derby, gentlemen outfitters போட்டு 2 swing machine போட்டு I started my business as a tailor in 1994 December. From there I grew the brand to what it is today. நீங்க எல்லாம் பேசுறீங்களா? எத்தனை டெய்லர், நீங்க டெய்லர் கடை போல பார்த்திருப்பீங்க, ஒரு தெருவுக்கு டெய்லர் இருக்கும், நானும் தெரு டெய்லர் தான். எத்தனை டெய்லர் வந்து பிராண்ட மாறி இருக்காங்க? Less than 0.1%. They are the reason why people shift from being what they are to where they can be. அதனால தான் you need to develop that spirit of entrepreneurship. ஒரு business start பண்ணா அது பெரிய விஷயம் இல்லை, அந்த business நீங்க எப்படி grow பண்ண போறீங்க, how are you going to make it into a business worth growing. So that is the entrepreneurial journey that I want to discuss. It's been about 20 minutes into the talk, correct? I want to take a Q&A session. I can go on and on, but I want this to be a much more interactive session, and I want it to be a much more value session. So I want to open up. If someone can just pass the mic around, I want to be a Q&A session. I don't have all the answers. எனக்கு தெரிஞ்ச வரைக்கும் I'll share my knowledge with you. The only reason I've come here is to share my knowledge, my love with you. So, mic irukadna? You got a mic? Yeah. General nana pathirukena, first 2-3 questions very tough to come. After that, the questions don't stop. So let's see who has the spirit of entrepreneurship. It takes courage to open up. Please introduce yourself. Tell me what you do, your name. what course you're doing.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm V. Harini. I'm doing MBA first year, sir. My question for you today is, what was the hardest part of starting your business, sir, and how did you handle it, sir?
Sure. Business is hard. Doing a business is hard. If someone tells you doing business is easy, it's not true. You know, our entrepreneurship எப்படி தெரியுமா? ஒரு அப்பா மாதிரி. அப்பா என்ன பண்ணுவாரு? First, he will take care of the children. குழந்தைங்கலாம் ஸ்கூலுக்கு காசு போட்டாச்சா, ரெண்ட் பே பண்ணியாச்சா, EB பே பண்ணியாச்சா, ஒரு ஃபேமிலி ஃபங்க்ஷன் இருந்தா first buy clothing for the children, for the wife, for the parents. ஏதாவது மிச்சம் தான் he'll go and buy clothes for himself. You'll never see a father go and splurge on himself, then take care of family. அதே மாதிரி தான் entrepreneurship. It's a sense of parenthood, is a sense of becoming a father. First you need to take care of everybody else. Rent pay பண்ணியாச்சா, employee பார்த்தாச்சா, have you taken all those responsibilities? After that, he will take care of himself and take care of the whole family. So entrepreneurship journey is not easy, but it's very, very rewarding. Extremely rewarding. Because I spoke about love. Start பண்ணப்போது I spoke the whole thing about love. Love in the பேசினேன். Love is love when you make it visible. Love is love. It's a giving emotion. If any one of you are feeling this, that nobody loves me in life, it's not because nobody loves you in life, it's because you don't love enough people. Starvation of love doesn't cease by receiving love. Starvation of love ceases only by giving love. How many people are you able to love in how many ways? And how do you make your love visible? That's very, very important. When I make love visible, I'm not speaking about going giving kiss or giving a hug. That is not making love visible. How are you serving your old parents, your grandparents, the people in your community? How do you serve them? That is what is called love in action. So how do you do that? So during entrepreneurship, like I told you, one of the biggest challenges I had was convincing my parents, convincing my family members that நான் வந்து வேலைக்கு போகாம நான் வந்து ஒரு business start பண்ணேன். But once they saw, starting all parents, all family members tell you பண்ணாத. But when they see you successful eventually, they'll all tell you, எனக்கு நம்பிக்கை இருந்தது, நீ நிறைய தான் பண்ணுவ. They'll all come back and tell you that. Once you have a success, the whole world will celebrate your success and they take credit for your success. But you need to believe. It's not easy. Because a lot of times, it's not easy. You will not be able to get up in the mornings. You have like the burden of the entire world on your shoulders. It's not easy being an entrepreneur, but it's very, very rewarding. I'll give you an example. We all love lion. Don't we love lion? King of the jungle. There are two types of lion. One is the lion that is there inside the cage. Inside the cage, it has a beautiful 400 square feet. இவ்ளோ பெரிய இடம் இருக்கு அவனுக்கு அந்த லைனுக்கு. It has a shade. மழை பெஞ்சா there's a shade for it to go inside. There's a den, lion's den inside the cage. பசிச்சா they will come and throw the food to the lion. Only the lion in the cage you'll see boringly getting up whenever it wants to eat the food. Because where the food is not going to run. It doesn't need to do anything. Whenever it's a mating season, they'll introduce a female lioness into the cage for it to have pleasure. All this there. So lion in the cage has a very comfortable, very, very good life. Correct idea? Now you have the other lion in the jungle. The lion in the jungle has the entire jungle as its territory. But it has to hunt to eat. For every 10 hunts that the lion does, probably only 2 get successful, 8 will be unsuccessful. It may not get food for weeks together. Vara kanakla, he will not get food at all. When there's a drought, it may die of starvation. Or there's another alpha male. முடிச்சிடுங்க பரவாயில்ல முடிச்சிடுங்க ஒருத்தன் பேசணும் நீங்க பேசணும் நான் பேசணும். The lion in the jungle, there's no security in life. Mala penja, he'll get wet. If there's heat, he'll have to be in the heat. If there's no water, the drought season, the entire pride may die. And another alpha male comes into its territory. It has to fight to ensure the pride is maintained, or it will get dislodged. And only the alpha male is allowed to mate with all the lionesses. Every other male is only a spectator. This is the rule of the jungle. This is the rule of the jungle. But there's one difference between the lion in the jungle and the lion in the cage. You know what the difference is? Huh? Freedom. Freedom above all else. How will it be if we lock you up in your classroom 365 days for 30 years? How do you feel? Huh? Now why I'm telling you this is freedom above everything else. People who go to work, nothing against them, but that's being lion in the cage. You're caged within the thing. You want to take leave. Sir, after 2 months I need to go for a wedding ceremony. Can you give me 2 days leave? Sir, I'm not keeping well. Can you grant me leave? Someone across you from HR department will say, this year your performance has been like this. You did this type of performance. We are only going to give you 5%, 8% increment, whatever the case is. Who has to judge your economic worth? Neenga enna worth? How can some other human being judge? You are worth 30,000 rupees, you are worth 50,000, you are worth 1 lakh rupees. Which other human being can judge your economic worth? Why? Why should you give away your right, which is a fundamental right of being free and earning as much as you can based upon your potential? Why do you give it away to some other human being and be a worker working in some place? Kai neeti samblam vaanganum. Idu kudukra kai. Idu vaangra kai. Kai neeti vaanga. Kelvipattirukka kai neeti samblam vaangranu. An entrepreneur is a giving kai, hand. The kudukra kai. It's always there above your head, above everyone else. Why will you not be an entrepreneur and take responsibility and stop being like this and become like this? I'm asking you this fundamental question. Do you want to be the lion of the jungle? Yes, there is no safety. Yes, you may die. Yes, you may not get food. Yes, you may not have shelter. But you have freedom, and freedom above everything else. I want to go on 1 month holiday to Europe. I don't need to ask anyone. I need to plan, I can go. I need to take leave. Or my son is here. I need to invest time with him. I can take leave. I don't need anyone's permission. My economic worth, I decide. I don't let anybody else decide. I'm asking you, why do you give away your fundamental rights and want to be a slave throughout your life? It's a very strong word to use, but I want this message to go deep down into it, because one of the opening remarks itself was, even if 15-20% of our students become entrepreneurs, we'll feel very grateful. Entrepreneurs are the drivers of economic engine of India. It's not the government's responsibility to give work. Government job government's responsibility is to govern. Their job is not to provide employment. Employment opportunities created through entrepreneurship, and entrepreneurship drives the economic engine. Every good human being has a moral responsibility to be rich. How many of you are a good human being? How many are good? Oh, let me put, how many of you are bad? Bad human being, put their hands up. I want to see. I want to interview them. Yeah. So if all of us sitting out here are good human beings, you have a moral responsibility of being super rich. You need to be a billionaire, not a millionaire. You should have so much money that you can't count. You know what the secret of money, Terima? You'll buy one bungalow, you'll buy 10 of the best cars, you'll buy a Mercedes, you'll buy a BMW, you'll buy whatever car, you'll travel the world. After that, what will you do with money? Money can do only this much to you. Money can do great things through you. All the billionaires that you know in the world, be it Steve Jobs, not Steve Jobs, be it Bill Gates. What has Bill Gates done? Gates Foundation. Trying to solve the biggest problem of the world, climate change. What does Azim Premji do? He donates crores of rupees on a daily basis. What is Narayan Murthy doing? Donation, philanthropy. What is this institution? Made out of paper money, education of children. Money can do great things through you. It can do little to you. You have to enjoy money. You have to be super rich, enjoy the life. But beyond that, money can do great things through you, and everybody has to be good. Because money in the hands of bad human beings, some more bomb blasts will happen. Another few buildings will fall down. What do you want? You want more terrorism in the world? You want more rapes in the world? You want more destruction in the world? What do you want? All this is happening because of money being in the wrong people's hand. You need to shift the balance of power. And a good-hearted human being, Nalla Manasvana. I'm not saying all rich people are good. Nalla Manasvana. You need, that's why I asked you, are you a good human being or bad human being? Nalla Manasvana, if you have a good human being, if you want to do good to the world, then you need to be super rich. So think, and that is only possible if you become an entrepreneur, because in work, you'll have limitation. You can only go to that level. Beyond that, if you're an entrepreneur, you can create jobs, you can create employment, you can educate children, and you can also lift thousands of people along with that. I hope I answered your question. Thank you. Next question.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Kritika, doing first year MBA. I saw many interviews of you, and I came to know that your dream is to create more and more first generation entrepreneurs through Derby clothing. If I one of those in first generation entrepreneur, then what quality should I possess?
Wonderful. Okay. The vision of Derby, எனக்கு வந்து இப்போ business எப்படி பண்ணனும் தெரிஞ்சாச்சு. I know how to make money. I'm very good at making money. Now, instead of me starting all my stores on my own, I've decided I will share the secret of how you operate a store. How should you open a store? How should you run a store with other people and create more entrepreneurs? You know, research in India, close to about 80% of businesses that start fail within the first 5 years. 80% failure rate, 20% success rate. But when you get into franchising, what she's asking about, the success rate becomes 80% and failure rate becomes 20%. The whole thing reverses. So the vision of the brand itself is to create 1,000 commercially successful entrepreneurs by franchising Derby globally, thereby putting India on the fashion map of the world by March 31st, 2030. In another 7 years' time, we want to create a global brand from India and create 1,000 successful entrepreneurs. And if you want to be an entrepreneur in that, all you need to have is, one is money, because you need to invest money into it. Second is dedication and an attitude to win. That is very, very important. Because the brand will provide you all opportunity in terms of where do you open a store, how do you operate the store, standard operating procedure. We'll train you to become an entrepreneur. How do you look at your P&L? How do you run your business model? How to make money? Training completely will provide you. But you need to be hands-on. You need to invest your time, your energy in it. And if you're willing to do that, it'll be a great partnership and you can succeed. Thank you. A big round of applause to both these ladies.
Hi, sir. My name is Signeshwari. Sorry, sir. My name is Signeshwari from second year MBA. You said you have faced so many losses in your business at your initial stages. So could you share your experience, like how you managed your business at COVID pandemic? COVID pandemic time.
COVID pandemic time. COVID was a great learner. In our COVID time, we had retail business. We had over like 75 stores for Derby. In our bathroom breaker, I mean, popcorn breaker, bathroom breaker. HOD. Escape ID. During COVID, the business was shut close to about 6 months, and retail is all about customers visiting the store. Derby jeans community na retail kada irukku 800,000 square feet. We need to operate the store. Store is completely shut. So one thing we did from the day when the COVID started, they said they're shutting down for 1 week. First they said 1 weekend, then 1 week became 1 month, 1 month became 2 months. That's how COVID was. And even when they opened up, they had restriction and timing and all that. So it was hell during retail. But from the beginning, we were very, very clear. We will do something called as, in Derby, we moved away from heroic leadership. Usually in any organization or businessman, entrepreneur is a hero. He takes all the decision and everybody follows. We moved away quite some time back into shared leadership. And the reason why we moved away into shared leadership, I did one MBA program. I always felt, now when I MBA program, I would have been a much better entrepreneur. Chennai vayasla na enna nenachana, business பண்றதுக்கு படிப்பு தேவையில்லை. Nonsense. You need to have a very educated mind and a beautiful heart to be successful in business. So that's something what I realized. In 2018, I did a program with Stanford College. I don't know how many of you are aware of Stanford University. That's located in US, Harvard, Stanford. Stanford is the #1 college for business in the world. So they have a program called a Stanford Seed. The Stanford Seed program is basically a program that they do for deserving entrepreneurs. Usually an MBA program with Stanford costs you 2 crore rupees, 2 crore rupees to do an MBA program there. Because very expensive to go stay in US and do it. But this was a complete scholarship program for deserving people, entrepreneurs in Asia and Africa, people who will have a social impact. So I was one of the selected persons, so mine was completely free education. School in the Palama, free Kurtalo Podvana. So I did this free course with Stanford Seed. So the professors from Stanford University, instead of taking us to US, they used to come down to India and work with the entire team. And I did this program that was an organizational transformation program. Now yes, Olrana, the importance of management degree. The subjects that you learn are not just subjects, but they have to be implemented. And way after I started my business, after 22, 23 years, I started implementing them in the business and saw a total turnaround. During the COVID time when it happened, I'd already completed the course and I dedicated my transformation program. And before anything started, the business completely failed because of COVID. So we had to shut down close to about 25-30 stores in a matter of 2 years. But one thing what we did is we ensured that we paid everybody. We renegotiated our rent. We moved away from heroic leadership to shared responsibility, meaning everyone within the organization were equally responsible. In our company, we don't pay. Usually 31st of every month, people get paycheck. In our company, 31st of every month, people not get full pay. They'll only get 70% pay. 30% pay is based on your performance. 70% of the kind not to get for turning up to work. 30% what value you bring to the organization. So 70-30, very unique. It's called as variable pay. And every person within the organization, till the watchman knows what is contributing to the organization, because everything is done by DSC and self-accountability. Since we already had this format within the organization, we were confident we'd bounce back. To bounce back, we need to conserve energy. So we shut down quite a few retail outlets, we conserve energy. Instead of looking outside, in a market, we look inward. How can we improve the brand? What are the internal processes that we need to improve it? How do we reduce the cost of goods? How do we improve quality? The different pillars, levers within the organization, we shifted. We did a complete research with all our customers. During COVID, everyone was home, Vela. So when you call up, they're willing to speak. So every call, we did a design thinking process. The design thinking is one of the subjects that you will probably be having. So we called up every customer with an open-ended question, asking them how are they, how is the pandemic been, how they are. So every question was not, usually when someone asks, they'll ask 5 questions. Derby Wangningla, how do you like the brand, how the product. But we never asked about the brand, but we asked about everything else. In the process of asking about them and understanding them and then telling we are from Derby, we got insights about what they actually feel about the brand. That's what design thinking is all about. Not any leading question, but open-ended question to get the truth. So based on the truth that we got from the customers, we redesigned the entire product, redesigned the entire thing, and post-COVID was again a growth phase. So COVID taught us a lot of things. We had to shrink, but we need to shrink to get better and improve. So that's what happened. Thank you.
Sir, if everybody start business, then who will work for them, sir?
Okay, let's speak about leadership. What is leadership? Who is a leader? Leader is not a position. Leader is not a position. Leader is a earned responsibility. You have a gang of friends with you. That's a leader. You have a gang of friends. You have a leader. I mean, your gang is a leader. Huh? Everyone is a leader. Everyone business is in fact, the world is going towards that only. In fact, people more and more are actually going to shift. You actually gave me the right answer. It's going to be gig working. What's going to happen in the future is people are going to not be professionals who are going to do their job and be an self-employed entrepreneur. And that's why the world is shifting towards this. Sort of the correct thing. Not everybody is meant to lead. You'll have a cricket team. Imagine if everybody gets up in the morning and say, I'm going to be the leader, I want to be Dhoni, I want to be Virat Kohli, I want to be, how will it be? There'll be chaos earlier. Abhi, paraliya? Huh? Who has to lead the cricket team? Dhoni has to lead, or whoever the cricket captain. So that's the job of an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur will be one, he will have an inspiring vision. The vision of Derby is to put India on the fashion map of the world. You want to create 1,000 commercially successful entrepreneurs. Someone has a vision and you'll get people joining the vision to lift. But over a period of time, unfortunately, I don't know whether I can discuss the subject in a school or college. Our education system is so messed up. We teach students to be followers because the entire education system that we follow in the country is based on the British education system. They abolished the Gurukul system what India had. Gurukul system was nothing but there will be a guru and there will be students, there will be cross-learning and learning of all forms. And that was basically to develop leadership quality between people. Leadership qualities. Unfortunately, that education system in 1850 was abolished to introduce the British education system, which was purely designed not because they had any love for the country, not because they loved Indians, but because they wanted clerks. They wanted clogs to work in the British Empire. They wanted clerks who would follow orders. So whatever the schooling system you've been through, I've been through, the education system that we have been through, is a system that creates workers, that creates clerks. It's the truth. You may not acknowledge, but that is the truth. So if you want to break the system and you want to get into leadership, they wanted to ensure that Indians remain poor. Indians remain slaves. For 350 years, we have been slaves to the Britishers. 77 years after independence, also the schooling system, the education system has not changed. We're still following the same British education system, and we take a lot of pride. We're creating engineers, we're creating doctors, we're creating all, but all with the mentality of going and asking for work. It's not a very good place to be in. We need to change that. I was lucky because of my thought process. School, college, makku. I was a bumblebee. Scientists said bumblebee cannot fly. Everybody said, waste, makku. I decided not to listen to any one of them. I did not live my life based on someone else's decision, even kulla, even makku. I don't know how many of you go through this problem. I'm sure each one of you has got your own set of issues that you define by what the world thinks about you. But if you decide, that's what I'm telling. Till 21 years, my life was pressed with failures. My life was pressed with failures. I had achieved nothing in life. The harder you press the spring and release it, what happens? Faster it bounce back. I decided to bounce back. And once I decided to bounce back, no turning back. You need to decide in your life at some point of time, my yesterday is over with yesterday. I don't care how my life has been till yesterday. It might have been very good, you might have been a school topper, you might have been the first rank holder, you might have achieved great things in your studies, in your sports, whatever is your area of specialization, you might have been great. But you know in your heart of heart, you can prepare and you can do much better than what you're doing. That you can perform much better. So decide to bounce back, decide to become the best of what you can, and decide to be a leader and not a follower. Do you want to be Dhoni, or you want to be the one who's leading the crowd, or you want to be one in the crowd? Do you want to be a history maker or a history reader? Do you want to be Mahendra Singh Dhoni leading the team, or you want to be one of the spectators where even Dhoni doesn't know you're there, you're simply clapping? You decide what you want to be, Thambi. You want to be an entrepreneur, or you want to be someone, sir, in the Samla Patra, sir, Indo Rayurba Potu, sir. You decide what you want to be. It's a choice you need to make. I'm no one to tell you what's right, what's wrong. But you need to decide where you want to be, which side. You want to be sitting on the opposite side, you want to be sitting this side. That's a decision. Love you. Mike, back here.
Studying first year MBA, I would like to ask one question. If you haven't become an entrepreneur, what career path you have chosen? வாழ்க்கையை நம்பணும் நிறைய வாட்டி நான்
என்ன பண்றோம்னா வாழ்க்கையை நம்புறது இல்லை. We think everything is predestined. We all the time think if not this, that. There's no safety nets in life. All the time நம்ம சேஃபா இருக்கணும்னு பார்க்கணும்ல. There is no guarantee to life. There's guarantee in life. Life is guarantee இல்லை. இப்போ மூச்சு இருக்கு, போகும்போது ஆக்சிடென்ட் ஆயிடும், I may go off. There's no guarantee to life. There's a guarantee in life. If I was not an entrepreneur, what I would have been, I have no idea at all. But I know in my heart of heart, the heart beats to be an entrepreneur. The amount of difficulties I faced, I've gone through bankruptcy. I had my wife almost giving me a divorce and leaving me, telling that I had my wife leaving me, telling me that Vijay, you're married to your work, you don't care about me and our son. Almost. Today is a role model of marriage. We've been married for 26 years. I have a 22-year-old son studying in 4th year college. So, what can I know? You need to have faith that there is a guiding force. There is a hand above you that's guiding you all the time. I was born to be an entrepreneur. It's there in my blood. I love being an entrepreneur. I feel it is like being a parent. I don't need to just parent my son, but I got thousands of people whom I need to parent, whom I need to take care of. And that's the power of entrepreneurship. Whenever you associate yourself to a goal larger than yourself, I associate myself to a goal where I want to create 1,000 other entrepreneurs. I want to put India on the fashion map of the world. I want to put India and bring dignity to Indian fashion. When you associate yourself to a goal larger than yourself, the divine energy flows into you, making you an instrument of divine. It's no more your job to complete what you have started, but his job to make it happen through you. You need to have a faith that there's something taking care of you. If you believe in that, life will happen. Life is beautiful.
Sir, I am Harish from second year MBA. Sir, தமிழ்ல கேட்க போகிறேன். சார், இப்போ நீங்கள் 1994 ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணப்போ உங்களுக்கு வந்து காம்படிட்டர்ஸ் அப்படின்னு பெருசாக யாரும் இருந்திருக்க மாட்டாங்க. இப்போ அப்படி கிடையாதுல்ல சார்? இப்போ நீங்கள் இப்போ சஸ்டைன் பண்ணி இருக்கிறதுக்கு என்ன ரீசன் சார்?
சரி, 1994 ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணும்போது காம்படிட்டர் இல்லைன்னு சொல்கிறாரு. தெரு வந்து டெய்லர். தெரு டெய்லர், because there was no ready-mades at that point of time. And tailoring was what it was, a heavy competition from day one. In fact, my only thing is that, Thambi, inga paru. Competition is good. First get this in your mind. Competition is good. For Sachin Tendulkar, winning against Australia is what gives him prestige than winning against Afghanistan. Where do you think Sachin Tendulkar will find happiness? Afghanistan or Australia?
Australia.
Competition is good. If you are the best, you need to believe competition is good, because competition creates an educated market. Competition is enough. For example, if I'm opening a store, நாளைக்கு ஒரு கடை ஓபன் பண்றேன் DB ரோட் கோயம்புத்தூர், அங்க இங்க இருந்து கோயம்புத்தூர் தான் போறேன், நாளைக்கு காலைல இருக்கு. DB ரோட்ல வந்து 50 கடை இருக்கு, 50 பிராண்ட் கடை. I'm opening up in the market. In a reason now, because competition is good, I like being the competition. On the educated market where people come to shop, my responsibility after that is to only tell the people why they should shop from me and not with the competition. Competition creates an educated market. Because the educated market, it helps you become better. You need to use all the modern tools available with you to ensure you're able to disrupt the market and become better. 52 வயசுல I got into social media. ஒரு வருஷம் முன்னாடி I was not in social media. I had less than a few hundred followers in Instagram. I had a few hundred followers in Facebook. I used to have an outside agency who used to do the Facebook and Instagram. Now, by habit, I read a lot. I'm self-educated. I read a lot. So I read a lot, and I went and told the agency, நான் நினைக்கிறேன் நீங்க பண்றது தப்புமா, நீங்க paid advertising பண்றீங்க social media ல. Social media is not about paid advertising, but you should create organic content that people like. அது வைரலா போனா அப்பதான் அதுக்கு மதிப்புன்னு. So அவங்க கேட்டாங்க, விஜய் உங்களுக்கு என்ன வயசாச்சு? நான் சொன்னேன் 50 வயசு ஆயிருக்கு. நீங்க வந்து சோஷியல் மீடியால நீங்க ஏதாவது போஸ்ட் பண்றீங்களா? இல்ல நான் போஸ்ட் பண்றது இல்ல. I just see social media. முக்கவாசி பேச அப்படிதானே. Just see social media. You don't post anything. What you don't practice, don't teach us னு சொன்னாங்க. நீங்க பிராக்டிஸ் பண்ணாத ஒரு விஷயம் கத்து கொடுக்காதீங்க. I said, what do you mean? Neenga post panla, you don't know how social media works. So don't come and teach by listening to some podcast or reading some books how to run social media. So I said, okay, give me 2 months time. 2 masathla I started posting. I started making my own reels, my own posting. From about 200, 300 followers, in 3 months time, my following went to about 25,000 followers. Purely organic. Then I went and told them. I went and told the agency again. Paranga, I did this in my personal ID. He said, "Adu vandu personal ID la vada pannalam, commercial ID la since we use boosting." Avadu. I used to get a feeling that every masam vandu I'm taking 6 lakh rupees of cash. That's what I used to pay them for advertising, marketing and all that. Climbing up to 16 floors. 16 madi la I live in a building there. Anga mala poitu 6 lakh rupees I'm throwing out. Kuppala pora mari enakku indhu. So I told them, I don't care. I'm firing you guys. I'm going to take over the social media and do it on my own. This is March. When I took over, we had about 13,000 followers in Derbymen and completely all paid. From there, I made it completely organic. We post 3 reels, 3 posts, 3 stories every day. In fact, you see my team member going around out here. Where are you, Raja? Raja, my team member out there. We recruited young kids out of college and started on social media. From 13,000 followers, we took it up to 1,27,000 followers in Instagram in a matter of 1 year, purely organically. Most of our reels have more than 1 million likes. Personally, I've hit already more than 100k followers in Instagram and 150k followers in Facebook. Now, yes, you have to practice. You speak about competition, no? There's something called as personal branding. There's something called as brand building. You have to learn and differentiate yourself. Competition, you cannot copy the competition, but unless until you're not able to differentiate yourself, you will not be able to succeed in the market. What is a differentiating factor? You have to interact and use all the modern tools to make yourself successful.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. You can clap for him, huh?
Sir, hi sir. Myself K. Suraman, doing first year MBA, sir. Sir, my question is, everyone says attitude matters a lot. How we grow and groom a positive attitude, sir?
Attitude matters a lot. People tell me that I'm very energetic. People tell me I'm very energetic all the time. You'll find me. என்னோட இடுப்பு சைஸ் எவ்வளவு இருக்குன்னு நினைக்கிறீங்க? காலேஜ் டேஸ்ல எனக்கு இடுப்பு சைஸ் வந்து 32. இப்போ வந்து 30. At 52 my waist size is 30. It's not easy maintaining a 30 waist size. I'm coming back to attitude. My question is only on attitude. Attitude do not care where you shape them. Once shaped, they become your behavior, either creating you or destroying you. I repeat, attitude does not matter where you shape them. Once shaped, they become your habit, either creating you or destroying you. Attitudes makes all the difference in life. You know, everything matters. For example, how many of you keep the morning alarm in the phone? How many people keep morning alarm வைக்கிறீங்களா? யாரோ வைக்கிறீங்க? அந்த alarm ring ஆனோடனே என்ன பண்றீங்க? Snooze பண்ணி you go back to sleep. Correct இல்லையா? Now let's speak about attitude in this. நேத்து ராத்திரி யார் அந்த alarm வச்சாங்க? உங்க அப்பா வச்சாங்களா? பக்கத்து வீட்டு ஆண்டி வச்சாங்களா? நீங்க வச்சீங்களா? நீங்க தானே வச்சீங்க. நேத்து ராத்திரி you kept the alarm that I will get up at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, whatever the time is, 8 o'clock, whatever your time. நீங்க தானே வச்சீங்க alarm. ஆனா when the alarm rings, we want to put on snooze or we off it and go back to sleep. If nothing outside happens, but something within you ask, Madia, உன்னால காலையில நீ தானே alarm வச்ச. உன்னால வந்து if you're not even able to get up at the time you said you'll get up, what will you go and achieve anything in life? உலகத்துல என்னதான் போயிட்டு சாதிக்க போற? Nobody outside is asking you. Your own internal system will ask you in the morning, if you're not even able to get up at the time you said you'll get up, what will you go and achieve anything great in life? Simple. Attitudes do not care. It starts from that. Attitude starts from that because everything affects everything else. What you pick up in snoozing out there, not getting up in the morning, affects everything else. Then you will not be able to get up, you will have to rush through your thing, you will not be able to brush up properly, you will not be able to exercise, you will not be able to complete your homework or whatever you wanted to do before going to school, college. You will get late to work, you will come running. Varumpodi, you will be doing your comb, putting your thing, you will be putting your socks and running into the thing, you will miss your breakfast. Everything affects everything else. Attitudes don't care where you shape them. One shape, they become your behavior, either creating you or destroying you. That important attitude is. We'll take different examples. Now let's take example of being motivated. You ask, how do you be all the time motivated and happy? Getting well here. Getting it. What is the second question in that?
Sir, how do we groom and grow a positive attitude?
How do you groom and grow a positive attitude? Positivity, it's impossible for you to be positive every day. Induction, will you be happy every day? Irka, possibility irka? It's very difficult because you don't know what happens in the morning, you don't know what type of fight you had last night, what happened in the morning, it's not possible. But like every day in the morning, how you brush your teeth, you know brush pandringla?
Yes, sir.
Kulikringla? Check. Like how you brush your teeth, how you take a bath, how you eat your breakfast, or how you eat your food. You need to motivate yourself on a daily basis. That's one of the secrets of being positive. It's not possible, the world is forever falling at you and all the time throwing negativity at you. Every time, something or other, you'll have a fight with your mother, you may have a fight with a friend, or your girlfriend wouldn't have called you up the previous night, or the outing that you planned, the movie would have got cancelled. Something would have happened. Either you wouldn't have prepared for your examination properly, something would have happened. But in spite of that, you still need to be positive. To be positive, you need to self-motivate yourself. I have a thing. Every morning before I go to work, I sit in silence. I have something called a spiritual art. I sit for 1 hour and do reading. 1 hour I read, I exercise, I listen to music, and before I go to work, I dance. I put music, whether it's some cinema song, you'll see me dancing in the morning, fully getting ready. Because there's one secret. There's something called as action feeling cycle. I'm only speaking science. You may think it's very funny. Who will on music and dance? There's something called as action feeling cycle. Action leads to feelings and feelings lead to action. When you put a happy song or nalla part put a dance, how do you feel? Jolly aruma? You get energized. I energize myself every morning for dancing for 10 to 15 minutes. Dancing, freaking out, full jolly. And then I go to work. When I go to work, I'm spreading happiness. I decide. And whenever I'm going to work, I ask myself this question every morning. Vijay, how do you want to live this? How do you want to live today? Inike, do you want to live being angry? Being grumpy? Or do you want to live with happiness and love? And every morning I answer, I want to live with happiness and love. And that's how I get it. And every night before I go to sleep, I sit in silence, asking myself the question, how did I live my life today? I ask myself the question every night, how did I live my life? So I go through the entire day like a movie in my head. Did I get up or did I put a snooze? How did I think? What did I read in the morning? How did I speak to my mom? How did I speak to my wife? What was my interaction during the breakfast? When I went to work, was I 100% out there? Was I reserved? How did I plan my day? Did I invest my time in the evening with my old mother? She's 82. Did I spend 15-20 minutes with her asking her? I don't know how many times you asked Amma. Amma saptingla illiyana. There cannot be anything more beautiful than that. That lady out there, your mother, your grandmother, is the first one to get up in the morning and last one to go to sleep. When you have school exams or college exam, she wakes up to wake you up, to give you part of that part of time. Midnight dinner, midnight tea, coffee, bonmita, boost, avanga pani kudupanga. We are not even bothered to ask that old lady, Amma saptingla illiyana. We don't care. We are all the time self-centered. We enter the house looking at Facebook, looking at WhatsApp. We don't have time to face look at our parents and speak to them, look at our grandparents and speak to them. We don't have time for all that. So when we speak about attitude and we speak about motivation, all this matters. Because we speak about love, we are all the time searching for love outside. We're looking for all outside. But love starts with self-love. Relax. Guys, I know all your secrets. Okay. Love starts with self-love. If you're not able to love yourself, you cannot love anybody else in the world. You can only give what you have. If you're filled with hatred, you can only share your hatred with the world. If you're filled with love, you can share your love with the world. Beautifully, Vivekananda, long back said and went, Avan nasingalla, Kadaval mala nambikka vekkadavan nasingalla, tan nambikka avanda nasigar. He is not an atheist who doesn't believe in God, but he is an atheist who doesn't believe in the creation of God. Kadaval padicha the manusha mala ungal nambikka illana, what's the use of having faith on him? You need to have self-belief before everything, and it starts with self-love. You need to first love yourself for who you are, what you are, no matter how your life has been so far. A lot of you find it difficult to love yourself, because all the time you're judging yourself by the way the world looks at you. I'm weight potana. In the this I'm getting pimples out here. You're all the time describing yourself by some external feature. You are not your looks. You're not your looks. You are who you are inside. The beautiful you is inside. You should be able to look in the mirror and say, Kanna. Stop doing that to your girlfriend and do it to yourself. Love yourself before you love anybody else. And that's how attitude starts. Self-love. If you want to be happy in life, the attitude of being positive, the attitude of being energetic starts with self-love. Learn how you can love yourself and take it forward.
Sir, good afternoon. Myself, Sir Vignesh. You are told that the education system is not right. If you have an opportunity to become an education minister, what are the initiatives you will take to rectify the flaws?
I'm not going to become education minister, neither I'm going to ever get into politics. But if ever I get an opportunity to build an education institution, I will definitely build it on the basis of Gurukul. The actual foundation of how India was supposed to be, the actual education system, where kids are able to enjoy in school, where they're able to learn. And every education system, 4th standard, you have the 4th standard age group kids. 5th standard, you have the 5th standard age group kids. Girls on one side, boys on one side. On a real life, whether I get the first rank or the 50th rank, when I go to the next class, first rank holder also gets a seat. Even I get a seat. And a life is not designed like this. Life is like a pyramid. The higher you go in life, the seats keep reducing. As you go and start working or get into your work, you will join as so many people. Next, on top of them, you'll have only 2 managers. On top of that, 1 manager. Life is like this. And life is not about 4th standard with 4th standard. When you go into work, men and women both will be there. And you'll have all age groups. You may have to go there. And you will have a person who reports to you, much older than you. So we don't have cross exposure. All this has to get corrected in an education system. Plus, there has to be a whole process of openness of a thinking process.
Good evening, sir. I am Saranagati from first year MBA. You jeans material choose பண்ண காரணம் என்ன, sir? Because of your first job is salesman. You are putting in tie, formal shirt, formal pant. Then why do you choose jeans material for the business?
Derby jeans community சொல்லுவோம். Jeans. நீங்க jeans சொல்லும் போது jeans is not just an article. It's just not a jeans, a trouser. But jeans is much more than a trouser. Jeans knows no religion. Jeans knows no country. It knows no language. It knows no sex. Jeans is everything. Whether you're a Muslim, whether you're a Hindu, whether you're a Christian, whether you're an African, whether you're an American, whether you're Indian, whether you're Chinese, everybody wears jeans. It is not that, and jeans has stood as a symbol of revolt. If you believe that you want to, how many people are allowed to wear jeans in the college? Huh? Not allowed. Jeans always stood out for revolt. I'm sorry, sir. Jeans always stood out for revolt. It stood for new thinking processes. So that's the reason why we added the word jeans into the brand. Jeans is not just a product, but it is something more than that. Second, I spoke about responsible menswear. Entrepreneurship men's article brand is on jeans or jeans ready pannona in the washing stage alone 500 liter thanni use பண்றோம். Or jeans ready பண்றதுக்கு 500 liter. நம்ம நாட்ல if you want to buy a bottle 1 liter bottle எவ்வளவு கொடுத்து வாங்குறீங்க? 20 ரூபாய். அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு காசு கொடுத்து வாங்குற இடத்துல 500 liter தண்ணி யூஸ் பண்றோம் making a jeans. That's why we are responsible menswear where we use zero water technology. நம்ம jeansல தண்ணி யூஸ் பண்றது இல்ல. We use laser technology. We use a lot of innovative measures to ensure chemicals are not used. நிறைய இருக்கு. That's why we are Entreprenuership men's article brand. Second, நீங்க ஒரு jeans வாங்குனீங்கன்னா minimum நீங்க 5 வருஷம் 10 வருஷம் போடலாம். We also teach our people how to use jeans. நீங்க 10 வாட்டி ஒரு jeans யூஸ் பண்ணாதான் ஒரு வாட்டி வாஷ் பண்ணணும். ஆனா ட்ரவுசர்னால அது பண்ண முடியாது. ஷர்ட்ல அது பண்ண முடியாது. பண்ண முடியுமா? கப்படிக்கும். So you have to be careful. We teach people how to take care of jeans, how to use it. So that is why jeans is so, I'm passionate about jeans. And we are more of a sustainable brand, more of a responsible brand in taking it that way. I started as tailor, I became a menswear fashion brand. Again, I'm going back to tailoring. I was just sharing with the faculty. I started Derby Tailor Studio 1 year back as a design thinking process to see whether we can make handcrafted tailored jeans and bring back the passion of handcrafted tailoring. Research enna kaatudna 30% of whatever is manufactured in the world, 30% goes into landfill even before it's being sold. Fast fashion brands like Zara's, H&M, adu kelvipatirukkinga illaya therilla. H&M has more than $30 billion worth of unsold stock that's going to go to landfill this year. $30 billion worth of unsold stock. That's a huge stock. And the kuppa neenga manla pottina enna one crosses ecological balance. What I started my whole talk with, love for nature. So we don't want to do that. But when you tailor, we charge you the money. After that, we will cut the fabric and stitch, so there's zero waste. So I want to go back to my basic and start with the zero waste technology, waterless technology, and that's what we're doing. And that's why jeans. Very passionate and love with jeans. Adu patti pesana I can speak for days together. Thank you.
Most of the successful person following certain kind of routines every day. What routine you never miss following every day?
We spoke about attitude some time back. In fact, I have got something called a students register. Unga students attendance notebook paathirukkinga? Students enna irukku? Attendance notebook la enna irukum? And the pink color notebook irukum. On the left hand side, you'll have all the students' name. Then you'll have days of the month, correct? So I have attendance register for myself. On that attendance register, instead of putting the students' names, I put those 16 activities I need to do on a daily basis that I feel is very important. Like getting up the time I said I'll get up. Whether I'll get up at 5:30 in the morning or not. There should not be a gap between me waking up and getting up. Have I invested 1 hour in my spiritual hour? Have I invested on yoga, exercise? Have I done some reading for the day? Did I sit in meditation in the morning? Meditation, nariya kekla. Meditation is nothing but gamnu kada. Manorama super solupar irukana. Neenga ஒரு கிளாஸ் தண்ணி எடுத்தீங்கன்னா அதுல மண்ணு போட்டு கலக்கி விட்டு என்ன ஆகும்? It will become completely muggy water. கரெக்டா இல்லையா? அதே நீங்க 20 நிமிஷம் வச்சீங்கன்னா என்ன ஆகும்? full settle item. That's what meditation does to you. Your mind is forever agitated. Continuously you have, research shows that 96% we keep thinking the same thoughts on a daily basis. 96% of the thoughts are what you thought yesterday, you're thinking even today. If you keep thinking the same thoughts as what you thought today, what will your life be? It'll just be a repetition of the same old thing. Even a little bit of slow down, a little bit of freshness in thoughts can improve your productivity and improve your thought process. The mind of the man is the man. Change the mind, change the man. One veliya maaravanda. Idu maarichena. Why you come and get yourself educated? For some physical development, for your mental development, intellectual development. The mind of the man is man. You're coming here to ensure whatever the thought processes that your professors, your teachers have, the curriculum you have, can you take that and implant it into your mind, and by using that, can you find success in the world? That's the job of education. Transfer of knowledge. So I have these points. So did I get up on time? Have I exercised? My spiritual hour is there. Have I sat in meditation? did I do the top 6 planning before I get to work? Have I planned my top 6 activity for the day? In a day, abdi poidum if you don't plan your day. Top 6. What if I do the 6 things which is not business as usual? If I do, will I feel my day is correct? What are the most important things? Because most of the time, நாங்க எப்படி வாழ்றோம் தெரியுமா? Urgency acts on us. உள்ள போன உடனே someone பை எடுத்துட்டு வருவான். சார் ஏதாவது விக்கணும். Ilkam. People will be. So if you keep acting on what is urgent, you cannot do what is important. So planning the top 6 ensures that I plan on top what is most important. So plan the top 6. Getting to work on time. I want to get to office at 10:30 in the morning. Then, am I living my day with 100% intensity and enthusiasm? I'm not wasting my time. I'm not going to spend half an hour, 45 minutes sitting over coffee and just doing time pass. Am I giving my 100% to my day? Am I living my day out of Prem, Sachat, Anand? Love, happiness, peace. Are these 3 things anchoring me? When I come back in the evening, am I investing time with my wife, with my son, with my mother? Quality time. Have I reduced my screen time for the whole day for less than 60 minutes? Whether it's television, whether it's mobile, have I restricted that to 60 minutes? Am I sitting on silence and introspection in the night? Am I going to sleep at 11 o'clock in the night? So these 15, 16 items is something that I mark on the left, and every day I mark, tick mark or cross mark. So when I do that, I know whether my life is on life leadership or it's on default mode. Because if I want to improve myself, how can I improve myself? Only by bringing an awareness as to how I live my life. If I don't even bring awareness to it, I can never improve. But if I do the 16 things, if I take care of my health, we spoke, the topic of today is holistic success. What is holistic success? We all the time want to see he's successful. Why is he successful? ஏன்னா அவருக்கு வந்து bank balance இருக்கு, பல கோடி ரூபாய். அவருக்கு வந்து வண்டி இருக்கு, அவருக்கு வந்து பங்களா இருக்கு. But success is not just measured in money. 20% only is money. Health. What is the fitness level or how healthy you are? Are you the healthiest person in your family? I told you sometime back, my waist size is 30. In my college days, I was 32 waist. Today, I'm 30 waist. Fit. I invest 1 hour every day in my fitness. I eat healthy. I'm very, very clear because I don't want to become a nuisance value to my family. And someone needs to take care of me. Correct? I become nuisance value. I don't want to become a nuisance value to my family. I have so many friends of mine. Noor Kodi Rubat, turnover, they have car, they have everything. And Ratri Tunkurudhu Munadi, gems Madri, or BP, or sugar, or heart. What the use of living such a life where to walk up a few steps, you're panting for breath? What's the use? It makes no sense. You should be the fittest person. You need to be healthy. I'm asking, how many of you sitting out here exercise on a daily basis? How many of you? And if you don't take that habit today, it can never grow. When you are young, if you don't do it, you can never have a healthy future. You cannot form the habits. You have to start when young. Healthy. Wealthy. You need to be super rich. Loving. What's the quality of relationship that you have? What's the quality of relationship that you have with your mother and father? Appa unakku onu theriyadhu. Amma, eppo paathalum nachnu. Or is that a loving relationship? Is it a relationship of respect? Is it a relationship of, understanding? Are you serving your parents or are you living in a lodge where you live in room 101? Amma, coffee. Amma, poitu varen. Amma, tea. Italy, eppo paathalum Italy. What is the quality of relationship that you have in your family, with your parents, with your friends, with your loved ones? Relationship, very important. I told you my wife was wanting to leave me 7 years into marriage. It took me 2 years to set it right. From 9th year today, 25 years, we have a role model of marriage. Loving, amazing. We go on 2 honeymoons every year. 25 years. We still go on 2 honeymoons every year without taking my son. Separate holiday with my son. Very romantic. I have an amazing mother. Even today when I go back home, I invest 15-20 minutes sitting with her, finding out what she's done. In the morning I invest time with her, finding out what her routine is. Quality time. Healthy, wealthy, loving, whatever relationship. Blissful. How happy are you in life? I'm asking each one of you. If I asked you one-to-one, look into your eyes and ask you, எப்படி கண்ணா இருக்க நீ? சந்தோஷமா இருக்கியா? I don't know how many of you will tell me, நான் ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருக்கேன். I don't know. We are all the time searching for happiness outside. We forget happiness is not a destination. You bring happiness to whatever you do. I have come here It's not easy to leave all my work, leave all my schedule, catch a flight in the morning. I have back-to-back showroom openings. I have so much work to do, leaving everything and coming. But when I'm doing it, I want to do it with 100% dedication. Or bhaya bhaktiyoda, I want to give this talk. You'll not find me standing in the stage like anyone else reading something out. Manasoda pesra. I'm here to change your life. If I meet you somewhere, 10 வருஷத்துக்கு அப்புறம், you should come up and tell me, sir, உங்க காலேஜ்ல பார்த்தேன் சார், நீங்க அதை சொன்னீங்க சார், இன்னைக்கு பாருங்க சார், I'm the CEO of this company sir, நான் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிருக்க company sir. That will be my greatest reward. எந்த வேலை பண்ணாலும் you have to do பயபக்தி. ஒரு சந்தோஷத்தோட பண்ணணும். You bring happiness. We are all the time searching for happiness outside. எனக்கு அந்த மார்க்ஸ் கிடைச்சிருந்தா I'll be happy. எனக்கு அந்த phone கிடைச்சிருந்தா happy. அந்த girlfriend கிடைச்சிருந்தா happy. You will have few moments in life to be happy. The rest of your life will be all the time sad. And that's a nonsense way to live. Decide to be happy. Happiness is a decision you take. Nobody decides your decision. Happiness is a decision you take. I'm going to be happy. And will you be happy? Healthy, wealthy, loving, blissful, spiritual. கடவுள் கடவுள் நம்பிக்கை இருக்கணும்னு நான் சொல்ல. Because நானும் யாராவது கடவுள் பார்த்திருக்கீங்களா? கடவுள் வந்து பார்க்கிற விஷயம் இல்ல, உணர வேண்டிய விஷயம். கடவுளை யாருமே பார்த்தது இல்ல. You need to feel the presence of that energy guiding you and taking care of you and showing you the way. You may have faith. Yaar mele faith is not important. It may be Allah, it may be Jesus, it may be Narayana, it may be whatever, or it may be a father, it may be a mother, maybe a grandparents, or maybe somewhere outside. Illa, adella thevalla, tannambikkai irukku. Have faith on something. If that faith is there, you can achieve anything in life. அது மட்டும் இருக்கணும். You need to have an anchor of faith. ஏன்னா வாழ்க்கையோட என்ன ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டி தெரியுமா? ஒரு பாக்ஸிங் மேட்ச் மாதிரி. எப்போ பார்த்தாலும் அந்த வாழ்க்கை is trying to knock you down. ஏதாவது பண்ண தப்பாயி you falling down. உங்களோட ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டி get up one more time that you have fallen. அது எழுந்திருக்கிறதுக்கு you need that grace. தன்னால முடியாது. You need that existential energy to work for you. Tell you நான் இருக்கேன்டா கண்ணா. Like how your parents all the time tell நான் இருக்கேன்டா. என்னவா பண்ணுக்கண்ணா. Like that you need that existential energy and your faith in that is what makes you great. Then you can be a holistic success and then you can achieve anything in life. And that's how you become truly successful and become what you can become. It's not about competing with somebody else. You're not running somebody else's race. What's your name?
Darshini.
Darshini. Fabulous. Darshini is not competing with anyone else. Darshini is competing with yourself. Your responsibility every day is to become a better version of you. And to become the better version of you, you need to have routines. You need to have the process of improving yourself. Because if you don't improve yourself, you don't have a self-guide, you'll never be able to achieve any greatness. Like Taylor today, who was nobody, the whole world wrote him off. In fact, each one of you sitting out here have a better chance than me to succeed. You know, I was nobody. I was Makkah. I was Kulla. You have a better chance than me because you guys have probably got better ranks, you got better parents, you got the better opportunity to go and succeed. Ana nambike venam, tannambike venam. You need to keep improving yourself. Even at 52, I keep asking myself, in a வாழ்க்கையில ரெண்டே choice தான். Either you can be a warning. கண்ணா நீயாவது அந்த ஆண்டி மாதிரி ஆவாத. Or, Kanna, and the auntie Maria, you can either be a warning or a role model to the world. You decide what you want to be. If you want to be that, you need to have routines, you need to have certain practices that can make you the best, and you can reach greatness.
Hi sir, my question is you satisfied with your success or want to do more, sir?
எனக்கு எப்படி தோணுதுன்னா இன்னும் ஸ்டார்ட் லைன்ல தான் இருக்கேன். 52 வயசு just got me ready for a great future. What I have not been able to achieve last 30 years, next 3 years I'll achieve. That is my belief. Every new finish line is a new starting line.
Hi sir, I'm Darshini Devi. As you said, fashion industry is a very competitive one. To bring up the best of herself, what are the other qualities? Because every entrepreneur have the same quality like leadership, attitude, etc. But what are the special and unique qualities we need to have to succeed?
there was a great deal of research done in the world. நிறைய research பண்ணாங்க on all the top personalities or people who made it really top, whether it was Mahatma Gandhi, whether it was Luther King, or whether it was who else is there? You speak about the best of the best, Sachin Tendulkar. They did a research on all these people in the world to find out whether there were some common qualities that made these people great. Yes, each one had. When they did the research, they realized each one of them had certain qualities that made them great. But there were certain set of qualities that each one of them had that made them really succeed. So if you want to succeed in life, first and foremost, you need to have passion for excellence. எந்த வேலை பண்ணாலும் ஒரு பயபக்தியோட you need to have the passion. ஏதாவது வேலை பண்ணானா I will be the best in it. நான் சொன்னல சின்ன வயசுல இருந்து ஒரு பழக்கம் எது பண்ணாலும் ஸ்டைலா பண்ணுவேன். That's passion for excellence. நீங்க எக்ஸாம் எழுதும் போது ஏதாவது இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் மார்க்னா you need to underline it. Put the border. If you're coming dressed to school, neatly ironing your clothes. If you're wearing your shoes, polishing it. Socks la vandu water irukudadu, even if it's hiding inside the shoes. Passion for excellence. In everything that you do, you need to have a passion for excellence. If you're able to do these, yes, over now. Attitudes do not care where you shape them. Once you develop a passion for excellence, that what எந்த வேலை பண்ணாலும் ஒரு பயபக்தியோட 100% of பண்ணீங்கன்னா you will succeed. First thing, any one of them who achieve greatness in life, they are all very passionate about their own life. இதுக்கு முன்னாடி I've told you a lot of stories. Let me tell you a story about you and a story about each one of us. Long time back, about 700 million participants ran a race. Out of the 700 million participants, only one person which was the fastest and the healthiest won the race. The 700 million participants are speaking about the 700 million sperms racing from the father towards the egg in the mother. Only the one that was the fastest and healthiest fused for you to be born. Yes, you're all the winning sperm. Each one of you has a DNA craving within you to win. You're a winner by birth. You cannot spell success without you. You cannot be victorious without I. So very, very important. Remember, you are the winning sperm. There's a DNA craving within each one of us to be successful. But we don't let that manifest outside. So passion for excellence. Second, they all mastered communication skill. I told you only when I went to job, what did I learn? I could communicate. I could speak. நம்மளால பேசினால we can communicate. பேசுறது ஒன்று, communication is another one. When you speak, you're only speaking ideas. But when you're communicating, I'm not only communicating my ideas to you with what I want to say, but also the emotions behind the idea. Correctly? What I feel, the passion with which I'm speaking, there's also an energy transfer that's happened. That's a communication skill. Unfortunately, most of us ignore this very important concept of communication in our life. You need to develop yourself as a very able communicator, because only if you're an able communicator can you build a team. Third, they were all very good in building teams. I may be better than 10 people. ஆனா 10 பேர் வேலை என்னால பண்ண முடியுமா? பண்ண முடியாது. கரெக்ட்டா இல்லையா? I may be better than 10 people, but I cannot do 10 people's work. So if you want to do the work done, then you need to have the capability to build a team. Whether it is Dhoni was able to build the cricketing team around him to win the go and win, or whether it's anyone, even this, you have the head of the department, he has a team with him who actually helps him conduct the entire MBA department. So building a team very, very important. Fourth, value-based living. You need to have certain principles and values in life, and the principles and values you cannot succeed. A person who doesn't stand for something will fall for everything. A road, if you have a road without rules, how will the road be? Chaos. If you have a country without the constitution, how will it be? Chaos. A person without your own principles is of no use. So there has to be value-based decision making, there has to be value-based living. Value-based living, now வாழ்க்கையில எப்படி வேணாலும் வாழலாம். 90% of people live that way. எப்படி வேணாலும் வாழலாம், எப்படி வேணாலும் காசு சம்பாதிக்கலாம். இப்படி தான் வாழணும், இப்படி தான் காசு சம்பாதிக்கணும். That's value-based living. So that is what is very important. You have to live your values at all times, value-based living. You need to have an anchor of faith, because Valkela, you'll be challenged a lot of times. When you fall back, who is your fallback option? Who is the fallback option? And most importantly, what is going to be a methodology for you to succeed? Success are the Orvishya. What is going to be the method? Now, for example, if you tell me I want to become something in life, what is going to be your methodology to become that in life? What is going to be your method? If you go to McDonald's, Kerala McDonald's working, McD, burger making is the methodology. Or bun the cut panna, centerly you need to put a patty, you need to put some sauce in it, you need to put those, what do you call that? Mayo, then you need to close it. It's a methodology. Similarly, what is the method in your life for you to succeed? What are you going to follow? What are the type of attitudes you're going to develop? What are the skill sets you're going to develop? Which is the organization you work for? What is it you're going to start? How are you going to start? Methodology. If you have all these things, you can go and succeed. You asked a simple question, ரொம்ப complicated பண்ண answer la. Forgive me for that. Thank you. I think we'll wind up now. It's about 4:30.
I request Meenakshi from second year MBA to give vote of thanks.
Thank you.
I deem this a great honor in proposing a vote of thanks on this wonderful occasion. At the outset, I would like to thank management for providing an opportunity to conduct this 16-day student induction program. I wish to extend my gratitude to our respected head of the department, Dr. M. Subramanian sir, for taking such an initiative to conduct this session on entrepreneurship journey. Thank you, sir. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our chief guest, Vijay Kapoor sir, for his intellectual input into an entrepreneurship journey and his invaluable time. Thank you, sir. I am also grateful to the professors of Rlims and my fellow students for making this event grand success.
I request you all to stand for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे